Hello and happy Friday. I am Melanie Hirschhorn, and you're here for another edition of Authority Marketing Live. This is the live show that I do with amazing authors who have written a nonfiction book, and you need to read it, basically. So today is going to be a special day because I get to bring on somebody who I adore. Chris Holter and I have known each other for at least a year now or two. And it is just so exciting to be able to talk with her about her book. And her book is called, the book is called The Hero Principle. So we're going to hear all about that right now. So here she is. Hi, Chris.
Hey, Melanie, it's great to be here on Authority Marketing on this Friday.
Yay, I'm so happy you're here. So let's dig right in. We'll just go right in. And I'm looking at myself and I'm like, oh my God, I didn't even put lipstick on today. I'm sorry. That's all. Yeah, it's a day. So what I would love to know is, what's the hero principle?
Well, it's all about creating impact and well-being and happiness and success. And what I did is I took the science of all of that and made it super simple for people to implement it and do it in 5 minutes or less. So that's really cool to know that you actually can increase this feeling of empowerment, of being a fierce professional or entrepreneur or mother or father, and do it in a short amount of time. And the great thing is, once you build out the hero principle in you, you can then learn how to build it out in others and just maximize that impact.
Amazing. So how do we learn to do this in just 5 minutes a day?
So their HERO is really the acronym for this principle called psychological capital. And what it means is hope. So H is hope, and hope is really, being able to see the light when it's dark. But the way to build that out is to set meaningful goals. So if you just work on one goal a day or for 5 minutes or 10 minutes or however long you have, that keeps hope moving forward.
Okay.
So that's really easy. And when you think about hope, you think about, you don't really associate it with goals, but goals is the easiest way to create that path forward. And then there's E, which is for efficacy. And that's just a fancy word for confidence. And when you think about confidence, it's believing in oneself, knowing that you've got this inner wisdom, this truth, that type of thing. And you can build out confidence by just going and learning something. So when you don't know what to do and you're not feeling confident, go learn something, because ultimately that comes back and you gain confidence. And so today, as you know, there's so many different places to learn. You can listen to a 5-minute podcast. You can read an article. You can take a master class. And so it's really easy to start to build out confidence. And even with confidence, if you're going into something like this, like I'm talking with you here, Melanie, today in the Authority Marketing, before I got on, I did my power pose. Have you ever done a power pose?
Like this?
Yeah. Or whatever your pose is. And that just lifts the confidence. And so it's an easy thing to do. So there's these types of things that I'm going to teach you. And the read is so short. It's an ebook. You can put it on your phone. It's beautiful. And it's 35 pages, which makes it so simple. So let's keep going. So we have E.
We've got hope, we've got efficacy.
And now we've got resilience. And I know we all have built up so much resilience over the last couple of years with everything that all of us have had to.
Girl, you don't lie, honestly.
Yeah. But resilience are things to learn about it. And it's so great. I just got a note from somebody I just was coaching with about a year ago. And he says, I just did the offloading. And I'm like, oh, so good. Well, offloading is a way to build resilience. And it's really just getting everything out of your head onto paper. And when you do it scientifically, it just builds resilience. And you don't have to think about it as much. You hear those people that say, oh, I keep a tablet by my bedside, so when I wake up, I can write everything down. It's that kind of thing, but there are other ways to build out resilience as well. Another way is when you're trying to like solve a problem, draw it out, draw a diagram. And it just gets the other side of your brain going, and it just creates a different way of kind of coming at something. And so resilience, can be so enabling for just creating this sense of being your own hero, empowering yourself, knowing the way forward. Also, gratitude is a great thing. So when I get up every day, I say the three things I'm grateful for. And again, it's like, yes, I mean, I may have had a tough day yesterday, but today is another day. And I still have stuff to be grateful for. Like, I'm so grateful to be with you here today and to have an opportunity to talk about this.
I'm so grateful to be with you. And I'm going to say I'm grateful for fresh air.
Oh, yes. Right. Yes. That's awesome. Yeah. And I mean, we're all going into spring. And so getting out there and enjoying nature is just another way to kind of create that resilience, because it does change the chemicals within your brain. So any chance you get, go out and get that fresh air and you'll just gain more resilience. So let's see. We have hope, efficacy, resilience, and now it's optimism. And optimism is like seeing the glass half full, seeing the opportunity, the positivity. And, a couple of years ago, I was in Cape Town, South Africa, and I was getting into a taxi. And I said, "Oh, hey, it's a great day." And the taxi cab driver turned around and looked at me and he goes, "It's another great day." And I'm like, I was like, it was a moment that mattered because that was true optimism. I was just coming to the table, like, as a high. He came to the table with huge optimism. So always think of it as another great day. And that really starts to build out optimism. I got a lot of lesson from this taxi cab driver.
That's hilarious. But you're still remembering it now. And it's funny, those conversations that you have that really stick with you that
Yeah,
really
you
matter
didn't know,
even
but
to the decade. Yeah.
you can learn from anybody and everybody. We're all teachers and students, but with optimism, I think all of us need to think about success in a different way. Success could be like your ultimate success. Like, I want to lose 10 pounds. But then if you set a goal that's like still a good goal, maybe it's 5 pounds and you achieve it, you create success. So it's thinking about setting kind of multi-pronged goals.
Mhm.
And I really love that because today there's so many things in flux. We don't know if, there's going to be another lockdown still. We don't know really kind of some of the things are coming. And so if we set up sort of several solutions that create success and one of them works, it's a great way to build optimism.
I love that. Now, can you teach optimism? Can you be optimistic if you're not an optimistic person?
It's such a great question. And I would say, 40% of who we are scientifically is changeable. So, yes,
Mm.
it's about shifting your perspective and thinking in new ways. And all of us can become better at who we are by practicing, right? And
Mhm.
saying, what's another way to think about this?
Okay.
How do I think about this with the glass half full? And again, when you start to do something like that, it's going to feel really uncomfortable. You're not going to like it. But over time, if you keep practicing it, you'll start to feel more optimistic. And these are the four, sort of metrics. So they looked at a lot of different metrics, but these four built up all at the same time is really what creates this impact factor and
Hmm.
this ability to create success and feel this sense of well-being and contentment and happiness.
And you can do this at any point. You don't
Yeah.
have to have reached a pinnacle and then to go, okay, now I'm ready.
No, no. And once you start seeing this too, you can like also then figure out how you do it in other people. Like
Mm.
somebody comes to you and they're like, this is impossible. There's not a way forward. And then you just say, well, what if you saw the glass half full? And it's like you can start to help to build this. You can build confidence in somebody by giving them an assignment to learn something new and then teaching others. That's a
Hmm.
great way to do it. You know what I mean? And so if you've got kids, these are great things to do with your kids. To really like if they're kind of feeling down and blue, it's like, well, let's create a goal, whatever it is. It could be a very simple one, you know what I mean? And then just helping them achieve that goal, that just creates that hope.
I love that. I love that so much because, we've kind of touched on it. This has been a very strange time
Yeah.
for adults and for children. And, giving people a way to sort of see the future as bright.
Mhm.
That's so important right now.
Yeah, it's so important, and it's really kind of all about, this positive psychology. I think positive psychology is what the world needs more than anything else. Like, how do we start to create more happiness? And that really starts with us thinking differently and changing our behaviors. And that, sure, everyone sort of has a set point, I would say, like you
Right.
might have an optimistic set point, but you can still impact that and influence that in new ways.
That's so cool. All right. So how can reading your book help us do that?
Well, so what I do is I outline the concepts and then I give you like 4 or 5 ways to build it out in 5 minutes or less. And so literally there's like a list you can choose from. And then I talk about 3 or 4 things you can do to build it out in others. So these are not arduous, long processes. These are quick little things that we underestimate the small things that we can do to make an impact.
It's
And I
true.
think that we forget that it doesn't take that much, that it doesn't have to be, a complete masterclass or an MBA or this or that it can be real simple things that really just shift where we are and really create the direction where we want to go and realize that it's within our own power to do all of this for ourselves.
Love that. So, and you can do it in 5 minutes a day, which is kind of amazing. So, Chris has been so kind as to offer something to you all watching. And you are basically giving away a complimentary 30-minute acceleration call so that you can tap into your inner hero and accelerate your goals and dreams. So, that sounds kind of awesome.
Yeah, I just thought, it's my biggest thing is to just help people be their best selves. And so would love to talk with anybody that really is interested in this, has piqued their curiosity, and we can literally in 30 minutes put together a quick blueprint of what you can do to really change that impact factor that you're looking for.
Amazing. Well, now, Chris, you're my hero. And thank you so much for joining today. Everybody, Chris Holter, grab her book and definitely grab the 30-minute call. You could probably do it in 30 seconds, but I would do it in longer. Yeah.
Yeah.
So right here, you can type that in and get your own 30-minute call with Chris and really start to change the way you think so that you too can embody the hero principle.
That's right. And when you think about your show, authority marketing, it's like become the authority on yourself, right?
Love it. I love it. All right, Chris, thank you so much for being here. Everybody, thank you for watching. And we'll put these links in the comments as well so you can click directly on them. So have a wonderful day. And thanks so much for joining.
Yeah, thanks.